the Rotary Club of West Bloomfield's holiday charity efforts. The West Bloomfield Rotary Club is collaborating with other Rotary clubs, the ones of Troy, Birmingham, Lakes Area, and Sterling Heights, and other community partners to deliver fully cooked Thanksgiving meals to families in need. And here to tell us more about this initiative, we have Scott Loney with the West Bloomfield Rotary Club and West Bloomfield School District's Executive Director of Educational Equity and Inclusion, Sonja James. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to have you both with us and really interested in hearing about this initiative. Scott, I want to start with you. How has the Team Turkey initiative grown or evolved since it began, and what's been the biggest driver of its success?
Well, first, our turkeys aren't burned like the one in your picture. Team Turkey actually started probably 10 years ago. We were not part of it for the first couple of years. The real motive force was the Troy Rotary Club, with whom we have very close relations. And in 2017 and 18, we started talking to them about our own Thanksgiving sharing effort, which basically was boxes of canned goods, turkey, frozen turkeys and so forth. And frankly, it was well-intentioned, but it wasn't very effective. And it didn't reach very many people. We're showing up several days before Thanksgiving with a frozen turkey and a bunch of canned goods. The families that we were serving, sharing Thanksgiving with, in many cases, weren't able to cook the turkey. I mean, they didn't have an oven, or they didn't have the means or the facility to do that. And so we started talking to Troy Rotary Club in 2017 and signed on to Team Turkey in 2018 because we really liked the model. It's the driver of success is working together. There are 5 Rotary clubs that have been involved in this, so it's not just us. And one of the things I'm proudest of is that we've actually stepped out of what I call the Rotary bubble, and we've got other organizations working with us: the Royal Oak Youth Assistance, the Troy Fire Department, the West Bloomfield Police Department, West Bloomfield Township itself, and several other community organizations to sort of spread what we do among people basically in northern Oakland County. And we don't look at it as a charity effort. We don't look at it as something we're doing to help unfortunate people. We're sharing Thanksgiving with our neighbors. And the key relationship that we have in West Bloomfield is with the West Bloomfield School District. When we started, we were trying to think of what's the best way to identify qualified families in need of assistance over Thanksgiving. And it just so happened that the guy sitting to my left in the board meeting where we were discussing this was the superintendent of the West Bloomfield School District. And he suggested that we go to the schools and work with school counselors and social workers to identify families that whose children qualify for subsidized, meal programs.
Wow.
If you think about it, that in many cases is the only meal they get that's really nutritionally balanced. We all go home on Thanksgiving and it's 4 days of fun and football and too much food. They go home basically to a food desert. So it's a real need that we are filling with this program.
That's right. And it's great that you are fulfilling that need and fulfilling it for so many families. And Sonja, I want to turn it to you for a second. How do you see Team Turkey impacting families in need, especially with West Bloomfield's diverse community?
I think that, one, I just want to say I appreciate what Team Turkey does for West Bloomfield. The partnership and the collaboration that we have with the Rotary Club, it impacts so many of our families. I think we have over 70 families that we'll be able to help serve give hot nutritional Thanksgiving meals to this year. And it is truly a blessing. It is truly a joint venture of love and care. And we talk about our neighbors and we talk about our students and our families. We are West Bloomfield. We are a community of givers. We are a community that wants to make sure that everyone in West Bloomfield has the same opportunity or same experiences as each other. So with this partnership, it just helps fill so many families' bucket and brings joy to the families in our school district. And I just want to say thank you to Scott and Myers and everyone who really works to put this together for our families. We are a diverse population, a diverse school district with varying needs. And to be able to fulfill this for a family and bring joy during the holiday season is really what it's all about.
That's absolutely right. And it's great to see all the work you guys do to help bring that joy to all these families. And Sonja, what lessons from your work in educational equity and inclusion inform your approach to programs like Team Turkey?
Well, as a member of the Rotary Club, I am too a Rotarian. It's going back to those principles and those principles of just that stewardship, that leadership, that partnership with your community. And it goes back to community. And when we think of community, we think of diversity. And we think of diversity, we think about equity and making sure that everyone has equal access and equal opportunity to everything. And it's not just about what we do every day in school. It's creating a well-rounded opportunities for our students and having a well-rounded system of support for everyone. No matter where you are in the hierarchy, no matter what you are, where you are financially, where you are as a district, it's our responsibility or it's our charge to ensure that everyone has equal access. And access to food is huge, especially in this day and age, in this time. And what the Rotary Club is doing, as well as its partners, is it brings about that equity and it helps serves those that may be in need. And right now, I might be in need, and next year I may not. And so, for me, as a recipient of the dinners, that just says I am in a great community. I am in a place where people care. I am in a school district where they're going to make sure that we have everything that we need. From the time we walk through our doors until the time we return to go home and back again, whatever we are in need of, that's what we're trying to provide for our families. And it's through organizations like Rotary Club or Optimist Club or different organizations that are doing things to help provide for the students and families in our district. And it's all about that. It's about community. And we are one WB strong community. And it's
Absolutely.
everyone working together.
That's great.
You are absolutely right, Sonja. It is all about community. For those just joining us on The Splash, we have Scott Loney and Sonja James with the West Bloomfield Rotary Club talking about the Team Turkey initiative and benefiting people all throughout the community. I got a couple more questions for you before we let you go. Scott,
Sure.
what makes this project meaningful to the Rotary Club? I think you touched on this a little bit, but what makes it meaningful to the Rotary Club, and how does it align with the organization's broader mission?
Well, the motto of Rotary clubs internationally, there are thousands of Rotary clubs and over 1 million members around the world, and our watchword is service above self. And if helping to feed your neighbors in a time of need, and just as Sonja said, might be me next year, you never know. I've delivered these turkeys to neighbors on my street, okay? Because I knew what their situation was. So it's service above self, and I think it speaks for itself. If I could sort of riff on some of the things that Sonja said, West Bloomfield School District is a district, schools of choice district. So I just want to make sure it's the West Bloomfield Rotary Club, the West Bloomfield School District that's teaming up on this. We're making deliveries in Pontiac and Waterford. I just found out I'm taking calls today for the delivery list where addresses have changed just in the few weeks since we reached out to families to share the Thanksgiving meal with them to get their phone number and their assent to receive it. Some of them have moved to, one of them has moved to Detroit. We're going to have to change our route to accommodate that. But the point is that we're not just serving West Bloomfield, but to the extent that we do serve West Bloomfield, I know a lot of people think that West Bloomfield is an affluent community. What could people in West Bloomfield possibly need, you know? And what I have found, I mean, this has taught me much by being involved in this. You go to people's homes, they're happy to meet you. It's not like they're like embarrassed by this. We actually have the police. We have the police delivering in their police cruisers. And I thought the first time we did this, oh my gosh, this is going to look great. Thanksgiving morning, the cops pull up, the neighbors are peeking out from their from the curtains in the front yard. They just love it. The police chief, and he's delivering for us again this year, gets out with a box of turkeys and so forth. And what you find out is that these are people who are aspiring to the American dream. They may not have much. They've moved out of communities where they're trying to get their children out of cycles of poverty, cycles of violence, and everything they've got is going into the rent or mortgage on a West Bloomfield home. So it looks like you're doing this in a very nice neighborhood, and in fact you are. But these are the kind of people we want to support. These are people who aspire to the American dream.
And that's great, everything that you're doing to support these people, Scott. And Sonja, last question before we wrap things up. What opportunities do you see for expanding Team Turkey or other initiatives to address food insecurity throughout the year?
That is a great question. And with regards to Team Turkey, we just keep taking names because I believe that this year we surpassed the list that we gave last year. But we also have within West Bloomfield, and it's Fueling Kids Futures, which was formerly known as Blessings in a Backpack. And that's a food program where students go home with food for the weekend. And Kathy Chico is the spearheaded this years ago, and far beyond her years of service within West Bloomfield, she is still committed to this. And as a part of United We Walk, I'm going to give a plug here. We will be hosting for Fueling Kids Future. We will be collecting food as a part of our United We Walk volunteer work for that day of service. So each of the buildings will be collecting different things, ramen noodles, oatmeal, and students will be able to provide some of those additional things that Fueling Kids Future will need. So that helps support them by us giving back. And on January 15th, which is Dr. Martin Luther King's actual birthday, we're going to do a district-wide donation day. So that we'll be asking every student, every family to just donate for Fueling Kids Future. Again, when I talk about community and when I talk about WB Strong, it is all of us coming together to make it work for every student that walks through our door.
That's right.
Because we get your zip code does not dictate what you receive in West Bloomfield. Once you are a West Bloomfield student, you are ours for life, no matter what your zip code is. It is you being a part of this community. It is you being a part of our district. And it is us making sure that we're doing the very best we can for each and every student in our district.
And I couldn't agree with that more, Sonja. I want to thank you and Scott so much for your time today in talking about this great initiative.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Jake.